Welcome to Gamedev Insights, the podcast where we dive deep into the dynamic and ever-evolving world of game development. Today, we are thrilled to have a special guest, Flavien, the Director of Global Development for the Blockchain Game Alliance. So in this episode, we'll explore the cutting-edge intersection of gaming and blockchain technology, unraveling how these two fields are changing the way we play and create games. So Flavien, welcome to Gamedev Insights. So could you please, start? So let's start with actually telling the public more about what the Blockchain Gaming Alliance is and what are its primary objectives.
Sure, no problem. Thanks a lot for the invite, Ljubica. I really appreciate the invite and the opportunity to talk about blockchain gaming, try to tackle down the different things around the definition of it, and very happy to be a part of it. So thanks again for the invite. But my name is Flavien Defraire, but you can call me Flav, and I'm Director of Global Development of the Blockchain Game Alliance. It's a non-profit organization committed to promoting blockchain within the gaming industry. Our role is really to promote blockchain within the gaming industry, saying to the gaming industry, okay, blockchain technology is changing something. It is aiming to disrupt our industry and the way we see it, not only for game developers, game publishers, but for players as well, with new thinking and new ways to see how to play games as well. And our role is first to gather a strong network of professionals involved in this ecosystem. So we have 500 companies in the BGA right now, all over the world. And they are developing games, they are developing blockchain games, they are developing blockchain services products. There are lawyers, there are VCs. Anyone involved in the blockchain gaming is welcome in the Blockchain Game Alliance. And our main focus is to help those individuals to meet with each other, to do business together, to drive growth in our very tiny ecosystem as compared with the gaming industry, which is blockchain gaming. And the other part of that is education. This is pretty new. We exist since 2018, but actually it's still we are still in the early stage of blockchain gaming. And our goal is to educate our network, but educate the gaming industry about what does it mean to bring blockchain within gaming. So that will be it.
So thank you so much for sharing more about the initiatives that you have at Blockchain Gaming. So there are a lot of misconceptions about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and blockchain games overall. Could you maybe share a few that you encounter the most?
Definitely. It's as I said, we are in the early stage, and it's not easy to apprehend what is blockchain gaming, especially related to the technology behind. We actually released the report last week, so not a few days before, to explain a lot of different things and actually what misconception our ecosystem is actually fighting for. And the main thing I would say, most of our respondents said 70% of them, they say blockchain gaming is seen as a scam. Obviously related to the fact that most of the people see blockchain gaming as something relying to the crypto markets, and that's why we also had 46% of respondents said that most of the people think it's related to the dark web and everything. So I think it's really based on the fact that there is misunderstanding about what is blockchain gaming, and only they think it's based on what crypto is. The thinking of what crypto is, because obviously in terms of the kind of news we see, the mainstream media, when they report what is crypto, I think there is also misconception behind that. But that leads everyone to also translate what is blockchain for gaming the same way what is blockchain as a technology. So on our side, actually, in terms of technology, mainstream media reports crypto being used for crimes, but can be an advantage to law enforcement in tracing crime relating to transaction, because we're going to talk about that, but you have some transparency thanks to the blockchain technology. So I would say these are the main misconceptions. it is a scam, it is dark web, it is a bubble as well, because they rely on the price of the crypto as well. So these are mainly the misconception. And the other thing is games aren't fun. They are not fun. Blockchain games, they are not fun. Most of them, they think the definition of blockchain gaming as being just not fun games with not a good incentive as well. And that's, I think, one of the challenges as well of our industry, to explain based on case study we have what you could actually do, what kind of experience you could have with gaming and blockchain technology. So we know why, because it's early and you don't develop a game. You know that as well yourself. You don't develop a game in 2 years. And actually the blockchain gaming market was booming in 2021, 2022. So it takes time to develop a good game. And unfortunately, the definition of blockchain gaming is really related to that for now. But 2024, even now, a lot of examples to say that is not true. So.
Okay, awesome. And how does actually the Blockchain Gaming Alliance work to dispel these misconceptions about blockchain technology and blockchain gaming overall?
First, our main target is to talk to the gaming industry, talk to ourselves as well. Like try to bring opportunities inside the ecosystem, but also using the expertise of our members to educate the gaming industry. So every time online, as an example, we do a lot of online videos, online panels to talk about what's possible for blockchain and gaming. So everything we could talk about, it could be related to payment, it could be related to user acquisition, it could be related to new gaming experience thanks to blockchain. So we do a lot of communication on our side based on the expertise of what's done in terms of experiences from our members. And the other part will be offline events. Like we were fortunate enough to attend a lot of different gaming conferences, and we have a booth usually, and we just display our members. We invite our members to be at our booth and to explain through the games they're actually developing right now why. Sorry, the reason why they think blockchain is actually changing things and challenging the way we are seeing our industry. So it's really based on those activities.
Okay, and speaking on how the blockchain is changing the industries, could you share a bit more about the benefits of blockchain technology, especially when it comes to gaming? What benefits does blockchain actually bring to the games industry?
There are a lot
and
of
how
things.
is it actually?
No. There are a lot of things to unpack from that. First, we can think of one big advantage, which will lead us to liquidity. We are bringing more liquidity to a game with blockchain technologies. Gamers can actually buy and sell digital gaming items within the game, but without the limits, the restriction from game publishers. Like we all play different games, and the ability to sell and distribute and exchange items, that's not new, but the new things are the ability to not rely on the game publishers to actually transfer your digital items outside the game, which is completely new and made possible also without blockchain technology, but it's more secure the way we do that with blockchain technology. So the players benefit from a global permissionless liquidity layer, so they can actually be a part of this big marketplace they have within the game, but also they can bring outside the game with real world value, like you can exchange the in-game value you got from a lot of different items you win or you pay within the game, but also bring those values outside the games to other games, which is one thing, but also to the real world, like just with fiat money as an example. So liquidity would be the first. Scarcity is the second one. Players can bring their scarce items with them to other applications. So that's possible to actually have some scarce items to one game and translate the scarcity of these items to another game as well. You could see that as, imagine if you actually were so good at playing one game, taking down one boss in a specific way with your team, acquiring one NFT, so blockchain technology, one digital items related to an NFT. You claim the ownership of this NFT. This is yours, not the one from other players. And it actually could be translated to another utility, to another games, because the other games could actually see the value of these items within his own games. So permissionless, the ability to build different layers across game, across experience is something really interesting to consider. So related to self-custody, you claim the ownership of these digital items. They are yours because they are part of your wallet. They are not part of your game launcher. So it's really another way to collect the different items you have within the game. And you have also on-chain reputation, like the ability to, because everything is transparent, the blockchain make it easier for every games, permissionless again, to make it transparent in terms of transaction, in terms of digital items for every player. This is an opportunity for every games to say, this player is really good at one game, and I have a similar games. I want this player to play my game as well. So in terms of targeting these player, this is easy. And you bring the on-chain reputation, the reputation of this player to your own game as well. So many things to consider as well. And you could also, so many things I could talk about, but maybe I can finish with decentralized governance, like the ability for a community of players to decide on the decisions of one game because they actually own some digital assets, NFTs within it. And you see different games doing that as well. So it will be among many things you could consider when you talk about blockchain and gaming.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. So previously we've touched the topic of the misconception of blockchain games not being as fun as traditional games. So could you maybe share some real world examples of fun, successful blockchain based games, and also what is it that makes them stand out? What is it that makes them wildly popular?
Again, I think we are in a very early stage, so it's not easy. If I had to tell you that you have so many successful games, I don't think we're going to be in a discussion when we say that there is still a lot of challenge in our industry and a lot of conviction to share to the industry as well. So it's a challenging time to our side in terms of adopting this new technology. So saying that you have so many games will be a lie for sure, but so many games are coming with the thought of bringing blockchain layer within a game. And in terms of giving you some names, cool games you could actually play. Again, what is a good game? What is a good looking game for everyone? Like everyone has his own translation of playing a beautiful game. But to be fair, for understanding your question as well, you have different games with AAA, AA games. I'm thinking of Spider Tanks, which is kind of mobile esports game. You could actually control. The idea of the game is you can control your tank, and obviously the objective of this is to smash out the other tanks in one battle. How is this different from other games? You actually own the tank. It is yours. You pay for it. It is yours. If at some point you want to sell it because you don't want to play the game anymore, you just go to any marketplace that's possible to sell the items because it's based on the blockchain used for these items. You can do it. You can just sell it. So you buy something and you sell it on the marketplace. And because actually you play so many games, the different items within these tanks are very valuable. Like you are killing it with that, and you are very good at the strategy behind this tank is really good because of different things. So the value of this tank really increased over time. So you actually made money in comparison with the purchase of these in-game items at first. So this is one way to see. The other way is you don't have any time to actually play the game, but you still want to not sell it. You could actually say, I'm going to let anyone borrow my tank, in exchange with some tokens. So you don't play, but you actually win something because one of the players, they see the value of using your items, paying a little bit, not so much to play it. And actually it's for you to generate some revenue without playing anything. So that's the idea of the game, but you can have it a lot of different examples based on the different genres of games available in the market right now.
So you mentioned how blockchain technology actually enables you to, to better target, the users, like the user group. So could you share more about, how the blockchain technology, like overall, is, affecting and changing, now digital marketing strategies?
As I said, blockchain equal transparency. So transparency equal trust as well. You can verify everything. In terms of digital marketing strategy, you can see that opportunity, especially in the advertising ecosystem. When you pay for advertising as a publisher, as a brand, this is not actually very easy to say that you are targeting the right people. That it's very, very obscure, the kind of people. And should I say people or bots as well? Like you don't even know. In terms of transparency and trust, you could expect using blockchain also and we have some members working on that, an ecosystem relying on the blockchain to actually suggest a marketplace for any advertisement possibilities. But actually you see exactly the kind of people you could target. This is very visible because again, transparent means you see the wallet, so the wallet address, you see the different NFTs within the wallet as well. So you have so many information about this specific person without knowing him as well. Like it's going to be something we're going to talk about that. But what I love about the Web3 thinking, the vision of Web3 and blockchain is today we are sharing our data, like in gaming, but every kind of industries. We are sharing who we are. And the idea of Web3 and blockchain is actually to share what kind of things I have in my wallet, the kind of things I would like to share as well. I could say, I don't want to share those information to anyone. I'm going to block that as well. So the ability to claim the ownership, the freedom as a user to say, I'm just going to use those, the information so marketers can actually use that. That's in your thinking and you knew where to see advertising. So I would say that. And because it's blockchain, it's cryptocurrency, there is a sense of tokenization as well. And when you say tokenization, I think you also say possibility in terms of incentivization. So how to incentivize the use of the advertising platform for advertisers, for publishers, and for viewers. You have some models right now where actually viewers can be rewarded by the time they're put in watching some ads in exchange of some of the data they will be willing to share as well. So you have also this thinking as well, very interesting. And again, because it's blockchain, it's secure in terms of data privacy, as I said, in terms of targeting and personalizations, that's different. In terms of targeting, you're targeting one person based on who he is, but not based on what kind of information, personal information you could know about, like the name, the address, email, and everything. It's just based on what kind of behavior he's having in the internet without knowing anything about him. So that's another way to see it.
Awesome. And Flavien, can you maybe share more? So now, you mentioned the tokens and how they, and how these like loyalty programs can actually enhance customer engagement. Do you maybe have like any more examples to, good practices to share regarding that?
In terms of loyalty program, it's, as I said, it really depends on the kind of behavior you see from the different consumers, the different. So again, not related to the personal data, but related to the thing you could know about the people you're targeting. So as I said, it's really powerful in terms of targeting opportunities. You have things in the Web3 world what you call the PFP world, like the profile picture, like the apes you're seeing in the news, but not only that. You can, because everything is transparent, you can actually see what kind of information, what kind of NFTs, not information, what kind of NFTs you could see in the wallet of one person. As a company, you could use this information to grow your own ecosystem. You can acquire more users as well, because you could actually say, I want to release an NFT to everyone of the owners of a specific NFT, because for me and my business, it means that they will be interested in me for sure, because it's related to fashion. As an example, I'm a fashion brand, and I know that these community of NFTs, they love fashion for some reasons, and I want to target them. So releasing an NFTs or trying to communicate with them, because I know they have the behavior of be very interesting in these specific areas. I want to target them in a different ways, and that could be related to the use of NFTs. So that could be a way to acquire more users, to grow your ecosystem, and to have different marketing strategy as well.
Awesome, thanks. So one of the actually biggest, I want to say like misconceptions, but so coming from like a very traditional gaming background, whenever I discuss the topic of blockchain games with other people, one of the arguments against blockchain games is this play to earn model.
Yeah.
So could you share more about how how the play to earn model actually is transforming the game industry, the way that we actually play games, and honestly, like what are your arguments for implementing this model?
It's a solid question. Obviously, I think on our side, what I say about that is you shouldn't define blockchain gaming as being play to earn models. Like play to earn is a part of what's possible with blockchain and gaming, but they shouldn't define the whole ecosystem, because obviously we understand that. Like you are in the in the gaming industry yourself. I'm a gamer as well. The incentive of of winning something, winning money just for playing a game, that's not the reason why I play a game. For me, like I know for some people this is, but for me, I'm not playing a game because I just want to win money. So I know that, and I know it's a strong it's a strong statement. But play to earn model really means actually that you convert non-fungible tokens or tokens. So when I say non-fungible token, NFT, on fungible token, crypto currency, you can actually exchange that against real world value. So this is possible. As I said, liquidity. So this is good. You could actually say that you have the freedom of using your time to play a game and translate the time you're putting and the effort you're putting to play a game into real world value. That's game changer. It's really powerful. But should it define the only objective of playing a game? I don't think so. Some of them, they think so, but I think most of the players, they don't think so for good reasons. So this is good. This is possible. Play to earn is possible, but it shouldn't define the main way to see this. But it's giving anyone the freedom of processing financial transaction. But in gaming, like you see that when you interact with money, within gaming, you interact with a lot of different people you don't see, obviously, but a lot of different third parties. At some point with gaming and GameFi, you don't interact with anyone. You just interact with the platform. You just take the value of this game, and you take it. Like you just process this financial transaction within the game, and you do whatever you would like to do. So you don't have any bank transaction fees. You don't have any fees from PayPal and everything. So it's smooth. It's seamless. You got the money directly. So you see the value of talking about that, obviously. But there are so many things you could do and you could explain when you talk about blockchain gaming without the need to say what is play to earn. So I agree with this statement, and that's why we try to say, see what's happening. You could actually do more than just play to earn model.
You recently published the report on what has been happening in the in the blockchain space in 2023. So what emerging trends and innovations are do you think that we will be seeing in 2024?
I think I can talk about different things at the end, maybe talking about, for me, the most exciting things when I explain blockchain gaming. Like, you could explain play to earn, but actually for me, it's something else, but for me as a player. But first I would say it's interesting. I'm not saying it should be only that, but it's interesting to see that you could build a game fully on-chain. What does it mean? Everything which is happening on the game, this is recording on-chain in the blockchain. Obviously, when you release a game, you develop a game, you rely on infrastructure for gaming, a lot of different parts, a lot of different parties involved. It's the backbone, the structure of your game, depending on the features you would like to have on your game. And some of the game we're seeing, but it's only 5% of the game we're seeing, they want fully on-chain games. And that's very interesting because you see that as a need to give transparency and security to the players. Like, you're not shitting on anything. Like, you can see that every things happening in the game are actually very far on chain, which actually leads you to think that the players should expect fairness, that the ability to win without seeing any control from a game publishers. So you're giving more control to the players as well, and the ability to win something. So especially used for the trading card game. Like, obviously everything you're doing when you actually put a card on the board, this is verifying on chain. So there is no ways you could cheat the system based on what you're doing as well. So that's one thing. You have a lot of different games that are building their own economy, and they are providing interoperability between other games' economy as well. So you could expect that one thing in one game would translate another thing in another game. That's very exciting. Like, as a player, you see your involvement in game one could be translated to another thing in game B. That's very powerful, in my opinion. The other thing I really like is about creators, like the creative industries. They could be involved more in the gaming side. You see so many partnerships with the music industry right now. And actually, I think Web3 and blockchain, they will help and they will support this initiative, because games like the Sandbox, it's the ability to develop a game very easily. Also, to provide some NFTs you could actually use in the game. And thanks to that, these NFTs could be digital items made by artists as well. It could be artists from the fashion industry. It could be artists from the music industry. You sell it, you win something as a creator. It's a new creative model, revenue model. And that's perfect, in my opinion. Imagine if you see Roblox as the opportunity to actually, as a creator, to win a part of the revenue based on the experience you're developing. Imagine the same, but with blockchain technologies as well, which is more secure, which is more transparent as well. So that's one thing I'm really passionate about. And I would say the last thing would be phygital. Phygital is the merge between the ability to live a digital experience and also translate this digital experience within the physical world. And for me as a player, that's something very exciting. Like, your action in one game could actually lead you to do something in the physical world. I can give you an example with that. You have one game and you're playing a specific mission. Like, you have one mission in one part of the MMO. And actually, this is a mission with a music artist. It already happened. Like, I think it's Watch Dogs. And I think it was an artist from London. And this artist, because it's a collaboration with an artist, it gives you a mission to do. Imagine if you did that mission. It translates to your ability to win 30% in the merge of this artist offline. And because you have NFTs, you can claim the ownership of these NFTs. It is yours. You can bring these NFTs and say to the website of the artist, I play your mission, I can have the 30% off for your merchandise. So I think for me, it's very powerful, because we are always saying digital, but I think blockchain will actually make it very more exciting for people and players to merge their digital identity with their physical identity.
So, so beyond gaming, you've already mentioned a couple of other interest, other creative industries that could greatly benefit from blockchain technology. So, so Flavien, how does the roadmap for this mainstream adoption of blockchain technology look like?
That's such a very difficult question because a very early stage again. And when we released the report, it wasn't a surprise to see that the biggest challenge of our industry is to onboard players, to make it easy to onboard players in the Web3 world, in the blockchain, with the use of blockchain. And we know why, because can you imagine as a player having to create a wallet, understand what is a seed phrase? So the seed phrase is actually the password you need to think and remember and put it somewhere very safe, because it's actually gathering every asset, digital asset you could have. So at some point, if you lose it, you're going to lose everything. So that's this, and that's the ability also, the way you can actually see that everything you do, some of the things you do translate into a transaction you have to sign. It's very boring. Like, you just want to play a game. You just want things to be seamless. You don't want to learn about Web3 or blockchain technologies by playing a game. And that's the challenges of our industry. So onboarding players. But things are coming in terms of technology. You have a lot of things that make it easier first for the players to be onboarding without the hustle of learning everything about the technology, but also, and most of all, the ability for game developers to also release a game with the blockchain layer within it as well. Again, you can focus on the game mechanics, the way you see gaming, the same way you see gaming, but also if you want to have ownership of digital assets for your players, you could actually have a lot of more and more opportunities and activities that make it easier for you to involve blockchain within your game. So it's coming, but there is a need in terms of education, and obviously that's where we are and where we try to be.
Awesome. So also, one of the challenges of blockchain is the regulatory landscape. So could you shed more light on how this landscape for blockchain and for digital assets is evolving?
It's so difficult as well because you have so many jurisdictions depending on where you are and where the company is based as well, and how this country on this region is seeing let's digital assets with blockchain technology. So a lot of things is happening right now. You have some countries like the US who are very protective in the different game tokens you are suggesting to your audience. Should it be seen as a way for players to just speculate? That's one of the things, what's a part of the discussion a lot of different countries are having. You have things in Europe with France leading the way with some jurisdiction when they're not, and it's very good news, they're not seeing blockchain games and blockchain items as gambling items. This is completely separate and for the best, obviously, because you're not buying an in-game assets just for the sake of having more. So there is no financial risk. It shouldn't be financial risk to actually play a blockchain game. So it's not gambling as well. And you have also part of the world, like especially in Dubai and everything around, where it's easier as a company to actually build a company there, in blockchain company there. So our world, also Hong Kong was really welcoming a lot of companies like that as well. So our role is to give awareness. We are very fortunate to have companies like PwC and a lot of different companies to bring visibility to that. But that's challenging time, and that's obviously one of the biggest challenge of the industry. So we will see how it will go for 2024 and beyond.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how is actually BGA involved in this topic, in this regulatory topic?
Not so much, to be honest, because it's not easy, and we are small. Well, obviously, we try to grow more and more, but we try to have a voice more and more as well. That's one of the objectives I think we will have for the next month and the next years as well. But that's not easy, especially to be involved in such conversation is not easy as well. I think we need to prove ourselves that we are a very powerful community. You can see that a lot of different actors in the space, they struggled a lot based on the fact that in terms of funding and opportunity to be funded, you see the blockchain gaming as unfortunately the crypto market as well. So if the crypto market is good, you have your own awareness about blockchain gaming. Unfortunately, a lot of things are tied up like that. So because we just left 2 years of what we call the crypto winter or the bear market, so the market's very not very good in terms of pricing. That's not easy for us to gain awareness about what we could do with blockchain for gaming. But actually, that's two separate things, in my opinion. So we will see for the next year for sure, but it should be more exciting.
Okay. And, like looking back on, the things that you have done, could you maybe share some of the, the success stories or, like case studies where where the BGA itself, has significantly, contributed to the ecosystem and actually changed something for the better?
We hope that we are changing something with the report we released, because it's a way for our members to use it and to say, this is our ecosystem right now. This is why we should be bullish. Like, one of the things I loved, the takeaways I love to see in the report are 78% of the respondents said they will work in blockchain gaming for the next 12 months. So in terms of confidence and trust in the industry, it's big, because we know that we're going to change something. But still a lot of challenges regarding that. And I will pause, because right now I don't remember the question itself. Sorry for that.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. The question was, could you share some, success stories or, successful case studies, in which, BGA actually contributed to making, things for the better? Because as you mentioned, like, you have a large number of, like partners of, companies involved, around, around your, around the common goal. So, all of you working together, I simply have to assume that you have, done something, well for the entire ecosystem.
Okay, so pausing for the report, because it's definitely one of them, and going for the other one. The other part, the other thing we try to do is to listen to our members based on the challenges they are having. So based on that, we try to do something in terms of online or offline events. So I could name different things we did in terms of activation, but just giving awareness, like in Gamescom, one of the biggest gaming convention where you are where we were, GDC San Francisco as well, where we were one of the only companies we actually talk about blockchain gaming. I think it's good for the industry as well, especially because we bring our own ecosystem. So that's one thing. But based on the challenges of our members, you see challenges in terms of raising funds as well. It's not easy. On our side, we say, at least you should have a conversation with VCs and see how it goes. So, but the kind of thing we did for this year, last year, and we're going to double down our effort for next year, will be organizing matchmaking events. So strengthen our relationship with VCs and bringing our own ecosystem with the organization of offline events. We did that in New York. We did that in Paris this year. So we're going to do that next year as well in different countries all over the world. That could be one thing as well. But we try to impact things depending on the requests we have on our side from the industry.
Okay, awesome. And how can actually one become a member of BGA?
Any individuals who see values of being a part of the BGA, because it's going to improve their visibility in this ecosystem, they can be a part of the BGA. We are a non-profit organization, so we don't have any stakeholders, but we do ask for membership fees because this is the way we actually organize things on our side. So we use that money for the sake of our members, and the individual members could actually be members for 100 euros per year. But as a company, you could have the willingness to be a part of the BGA because you want to improve the visibility of your company and your product and your services and your game. And you know that the BGA will be helping in promoting your company as well. And that's where you can actually go to the website to apply to be a part of the BGA. We review the application. We try to understand who you are, what you do, making sure that we can see people behind the wheel building something. And based on that, we have an onboarding process to do that. So I would say going to blockchaingamealliance.org and you see how to join us.
Okay, awesome. And Flavien, so you already mentioned, like some of the goals that that BGA has for 2024, and some of the focus areas. But could you, could you tell us, beyond 2024, what are your plans and overall goals for the future? Where do you see BGA?
I'm so excited for 2024 already because I know a lot of games will be released. So when you have some feedback saying that games are not fun in blockchain, we're gonna have a lot of use case and case study to say otherwise. So I'm already excited with that. I'm excited for Beyond because we know it's a game changer, and I love the philosophy of Web3, and being a player, I think Web3 and blockchain would change things in gaming. So for me, I have no idea what to expect, except saying that I'm very glad to be a part of this ecosystem. I have the feeling I'm in the right place at the right moment, but need to be patient for sure. And thanks to people like you at 8-Bit Play and just giving us the opportunity to say what we do and how we try to do things. I think it's wonderful to capitalize on that as well. So